What is up? My name is Matthew Makak, and this is Room 51, where we talk all things board gaming. And today, I'm coming at you with a mind over meta. So this is a segment where I talk about psychology and I mesh it with the world of board gaming. And really, I guess this segment has evolved into more of like talking about social issues and emotions and all that stuff that plays into our mental health, while we also talk about board gaming. So it's not specifically talking about like psychological terms or anything like that. It's about our minds, our well-being. If this is your first time coming on through watching one of our videos, thank you so much. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you like our channel, please hit that subscribe button. It would help a lot. It means a lot. Thank you. But without further ado, let's get on into it. Now, I will say I have been having a really difficult time as of late, mostly due to anxiety. And so if my energy isn't quite up, that's really why. It's been difficult to make this video because I've been going back and forth. Honestly, this video is like a month in the making. And it's possible that finally just getting it out there will relieve some of my anxiety. Who knows? Maybe it'll increase it. I don't really know. But I have other things going on that might be causing it. But I'm not going to get into that. That's not what this video is about. It is about JK Rowling. Sort of. It is a response to a video that I've already created on this matter in terms of the Harry Potter franchise. And if you're not aware, JK Rowling is someone who has been labeled as a TERF, standing for Trans Exclusionary Radical Feminist. And this is because she has been going on to write essays and tweets and whatever on Twitter and stuff, just saying things that are against trans folks and most specifically trans women, and all in the name of feminism. And so, and you can really look into that. I'm not going to go through all of that. There's plenty of other videos that explain the issues with that and what's been going on with JK Rowling and all that stuff. That's not what this is about. But it is about how what to do with the new Harry Potter products and things that are coming out right now, and the rhetoric that's being said. This is really prompted from the new video game Hogwarts Legacy. If you know me from the Dice Tower, you know that I love video games. And I talk about video games on the Dice Tower, and sometimes, of course, I talk about it here on Room 51, but even though this is mostly a board game channel. But Hogwarts Legacy is really what has been prompting this video from me, because it's very popular, it's been gaining a lot of traction, and it's caused a lot of controversy and issues because of the author of this franchise has caused a lot of issues for trans people. And I kind of want to talk about my last video, and I want to say that I actually kind of disagree with my first sentiments on, playing the game, owning the game, and all that sort of jazz. And essentially, kind of a lot of what I said during that video. And I will say that upon further reflection, and a big change has come from just talking with friends and family, and then having my own inner dialogue, I guess. And then also just doing even more research into what's been going on with Harry Potter, JK Rowling, and trans folks in general. I will say that part of my initial response to all of this, I think, really came from a place of privilege as somebody who is assigned female at birth, and I'm trans masculine. So a lot of the rhetoric that's been spewed by JK Rowling has been against all the trans people, but it's been seriously directed towards mad people assigned male at birth, who are trans feminine, trans woman, and it goes further in terms of not only like ridding them of their rights, but it's continued this story that's been long and overdrawn of trans women or trans feminine people being predators, which is just not true on the whole, right? That would be like saying that all men are predators. That is not the case. In her original essay, she spoke about, trauma that she's experienced, which was horrible and should never have happened to her. But she related it then to trans women being able to access women's spaces, and how that could be problematic, because, and then it kind of, like I said, it kind of goes into trans women, trans feminine people being predators, and people are just trying to use the bathroom, so there's that. But anyway, I digress a little bit. So what does this mean in terms of me changing my mind? So originally I thought, why should I deny myself the joy of playing these games or enjoying these stories when they have brought so much joy to me? And I'm going to get back to that in a moment. But ultimately, what I've decided is I personally will not be purchasing Hogwarts Legacy, nor will I be purchasing any other Harry Potter product for the time being, I think, especially new products that are coming out. Like different board games, video games, all that sort of stuff. And possibly even, other like accessories like jackets and whatever, which is so sad. I have a Hufflepuff. I am a Hufflepuff, and I have this really great Hufflepuff jacket that I spent a lot of money on. I believe I will continue to wear that jacket because it was a lot of money, and it does keep me warm. But anyway, in terms of creating new products, I don't think I'll be buying those things. I don't think I'll be playing those things. And really, I can't even wear that same jacket that I was talking about without feeling a certain way about it. Now, what does that mean? I don't think that means that you shouldn't. I don't think that a conversation shouldn't be brought up about it. I don't think that you should be banned from anything for even bringing up, like, hey, are you going to be, buying the new Harry Potter game, or things like that. I don't think, you should be banned from a group. I think that's part of the problem. Conversation should be had on this. And so I feel like people oftentimes, especially now with these big issues, they kind of go into the binary, like either you're wrong or you're right. And I'm so sick of the binary, right? It's like it's a much more complicated and more complex issue than folks are making this out to be. Because yes, there are a lot of emotions tied to Harry Potter. People grew up with this. People found home in this book. It helped them possibly through times that were really difficult. And honestly, like I said in my previous video, Harry Potter tells a very different story than what JK Rowling is saying right now. The Harry Potter story itself is actually very LGBTQ plus friendly, I would say. Especially during the time it came out, where people weren't really talking about these things or these identities and things like that, but you felt like you could be who you are, and that's amazing, and you could find love, you could be loved. And I know I felt a lot of, home in that, in just reading or watching those movies. I actually didn't read them until I was a little bit older, the books, but I watched the movies, and I love them. I still love them. And I hate what JK Rowling is doing right now. I did mention the separating the art from the artist. In this case, I don't think it's quite possible for a couple of reasons. So again, this is something I've changed my mind on, where she unfortunately, and I'm not talking about monetary value, right? Because her profiting, I mean, she's making a bunch of money anyway. She has enough money to sustain herself for the rest of her life. Okay, whatever. But the issue is she has a lot of influence. And so when we make it that she is still prominent and still a prominent figure, in our society, that is what gives her power, right? So if we make her sort of like nobody cares, then her influence goes down, right? Which is why I'm asking for companies to no longer create new Harry Potter products. And I'm asking for content creators, especially content creators that have very large platforms who reach a lot of folks because you are an influencer, to not create content on Harry Potter things. Not right now, anyway. I'm not saying that this needs to happen forever. Who knows? Maybe JK Rowling becomes, she turns a new leaf or something. I don't know. Or turns over a new leaf? Whatever the phrase is. Or, whatever happens. Things die down. Maybe policies are put in place where trans folks are protected. People as a whole are just more aware of what trans folks really are, and who we are, and all that sort of jazz. When we get to that place, sure, then we could create more Harry Potter content and products and everything. And which is really sad, but I think it's true. Do I think that you could still enjoy the old stuff? Sure, I think so, yeah. Do I think that I should be dictating your moral judgments? Heck no. I think that that's another problem, right? I think that this has put trans folks into a really peculiar situation where we are both victim and perpetrator, right? Where we're the victim of what's going on, but then we're also seen as the perpetrator of taking away your joy, which is not the case. We didn't do that. That was not us. That was actually JK Rowling, and it was actually corporations that continue the system of attacking marginalized groups of people. And they continue to have this divide and conquer mentality that goes on, right? Because what's happening right now is a bunch of smaller groups of people who are all attacking each other, when really it's the systems at large that need to step up their game and make a change. Because if you make a change, if you're not producing this content, nobody's buying it, okay? Nobody is really asking for it because there's been a bunch of Harry Potter stuff. And even if people are asking for it, there's a ton of other franchises. In terms of content creation, there are other games that you could play right now that will still garner you tons of views, right? Like, play The Last of Us. That's been getting a lot of buzz. Go ahead and do that. In terms of corporations, you don't need to be making money off of Harry Potter. You could make money off of so many other things. The issue is, it feels like you don't care about what's going on. And so you continue to profit off of our attacking of each other, because that garners even more viewability and more profit, even because controversies come with that comes drama. And what do people love? Drama. People love drama. And so people are then looking more and more into things. I'm right now contributing to that, unfortunately, but I felt like I kind of had to, in a way. And it's for a different purpose. So that is my ask, is for corporations, for companies to no longer create new Harry Potter products for now, and same for content creators. And I guess my biggest message with this entire video is, are we fighting for privilege or are we fighting for freedom? Because privilege is something where you have an upper hand over somebody else. Freedom is something so much different, right? Freedom has so much more responsibility, and it also allows us to really be our authentic selves, though. So there's a big price to pay for freedom, but it's also so much more worthwhile, because then we can all feel comfortable, right? I'm talking about the patriarchy. The patriarchy is what is really contributing to all of this, I believe. I think that toxic masculinity is at large here, because if toxic masculinity didn't exist, then this fear of men dressing up as women to get into women's spaces to target women would not be so much of a threat, would it? So that's a whole other thing. That and again, that goes into the complexities of this issue. And that's also why I don't think that folks should be shut down for having a conversation on this or for disagreeing with me or anybody else. And I'm pretty sure that my big message, I guess, at the end here of fighting for freedom rather than privilege is going to be thrown back in my face for, you know, and be misconstrued as something. But I felt like I had to say it anyway. Freedom is, is finally finding comfort in being authentic and allowing others to be authentic as well. And right now, I think what JK Rowling is fighting for is privilege and not freedom. And I don't want to sign up for that bandwagon. That is really all I have, I think, right now. I won't be creating any more Harry Potter videos unless absolutely necessary for some reason. And again, that's for the time being. Hopefully, Harry Potter can bring joy again to a lot of folks. And back to trans folks as well. It may never be that way again. I'm not sure. But now is not the right time. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you'd like, please subscribe, like the video, and you can also catch us every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our Twitch channel, Room 51 Live. We play board games and all that stuff, and we chat, and we just have a good time. Anyway, I'll catch you next time.